Hey, what's up, guys? So, another show, another video. So, a couple things. Recap. One, back to the energy drink game. Freaking missed it so much. Missed it so much. So, had a few recommendations to try Rockstar. Typically, I do Rain. Rain's probably my definitely top favorite energy drink. But my boy Richard told me to try Rain Marshmallow. Really good. Reminded me kind of a cream soda and then sour apple. Can't beat it. A few things. One, what a season. What a season. 20 weeks. 4-week mini cut starting in June. Trying to see how my body responds to this new prep. Lots of up and downs, guys. Lots of ups and downs. Life-changing events. Things that would, hands down, derail anybody, make them quit. And it's tough. Physically, it was the best I've ever felt. Didn't really start struggling in the weight room until probably about 4 weeks out, when we made a few adjustments just to get some stubborn body fat off, and then we pushed towards the first show. So that was in Cleveland, Ohio. We stepped on stage around 156, 157. Not too crazy. That wasn't my goal, but one of the things that I did this prep, I didn't focus so much on the weight. I focused on how I looked, and what direction my body was taking me when it came to increasing my calories. So I ate more this prep than I did any other prep while still losing weight. And then we had a show this past Saturday, Kentucky Muscle. Probably one of my favorite shows locally, just because it's cool getting to be known in this sport. I've not been in it long, but just people recognizing me from all over. I had followers come up to me backstage. I had people asking me questions. And it's really cool, guys. Like, one of the things that I stay in my own lane. I'm not by any means arrogant. I know my place. I know where I stand. And the nature of the beast of this sport is having tough skin. It's very subjective. One of the things I was telling one of my friends the other day was you work extremely hard for 20 weeks to be on stage maybe less than 5 minutes. And then in that 5 minutes, you're being judged, you're being compared, you're getting your flaws looked at, and that determines your placing. You don't know who's going to show up, how many people's going to be in your class. You don't really have a choice of what your class is. If you make weight, great, in classic or bodybuilding, then I guess you can fluctuate your choice. But for men's physique, it's based by height. And so for me, I can't change my height. I can't say who's going to be in my class. I'm just hoping that everyone else has been working just as hard. I'm hoping that everyone else is bringing their best, mentally and physically. And so I'm 5'7", sometimes 5'7.5" at some shows. Not really sure, but I'm may need to go see a doctor about that half an inch that I'm losing or gaining. So I'm not sure what that's about, but I can't change my height. Genetically impossible. Everybody in my family is pretty short. Dad's 5'8", mom was 5'1", grandma was 4'10". Just genetically, it's not happening, guys. But cool thing is, met a lot of awesome people. First off, again, was in Cleveland. Met a lot of cool people from all over. Emily and I were the only Kentucky people in that show, outside of someone from Georgetown. I wasn't really sure. I think it was a figure girl. So it was really cool seeing people not really knowing who they were, but just making connections and doing the same thing at the Kentucky Muscle. And that's one of the biggest things I've learned. And I'll touch base on something here in a moment. Is those connections that you make, those people that you see, those people that you compete with. You may be competing with each other on stage. You may be like, I'm gonna push you to your limit, and that's the way it should be. You can be friends off stage, but on stage, it's all about your exposure. It's all about how you show yourself and present yourself to the judges, because there's no friends to me on stage. I think it's about battling it out and getting that first place finish. And guys, I say that with very, very flexible words. But as soon as you step off stage, as soon as you find your placings, shake hands, get back to work, because the sport isn't taken lightly. I keep telling people, I was like, I would rather probably do a powerlifting meet because I think it's a lot easier. And coming from a powerlifting background, so all my powerlifters don't sit here and start blowing up my phone or blowing up my Instagram. I'm actually an elite powerlifter. I did it for 6 years, and it was gruesome. It was tough. But you don't have to worry about dieting as much. You're not pushing so low that your testosterone starts fluctuating. Like everything's up. You're fat. You're thick. You're pushing heavy weight, and you need that. You need mass to push mass. You're not. It's very objective. Either you're going to be lifting 375 pounds on bench, or you don't. It's on you. And so I think each sport brings its own kind of needs or what's the word I'm looking for? Stress, I guess. That's the way we're going to look at it. So your approach is going to be different. At the end of the day, the bodybuilding world is fantastic. Love the people, the camaraderie. Both guys that won overall at the shows. Fantastic physiques, fantastic people. Not cocky, not egotistic. Really good people, and really awesome physiques, and that's the building that I'm looking forward to, building those relationships as we go forward. One of the things that happened this past Saturday is, I'm not sure if it was intentional or not, but the guy that got second place in my class, I went to shake his hand, and he looked at my hand and just walked away. I had a few buddies of mine send me some videos of it. It's not a big deal. I'm not really sure if it was intentional, but if it was, that just don't be like that. We both worked hard. Like if I'm trying to show you good sportsmanship and you're upset because you're placing, you don't agree with it. That's just it. That's the nature of the beast. Again, you have no control who shows up. You have no control of where you get placed. You can sit here and email judges. You can sit here and bitch about, I don't think my placing was accurate. No one cares. I could sit here and complain all day. I got last in the finals. And you know what? That's my placing. I'm accepting of that. I have a lot to grow with size and density. And those other guys are phenomenal. They were phenomenal. And so for me, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time for me to continue building in the sport and not being kind of hindered by my own ego. And so really looking forward to this off season. So I'm going to take a few days off. I was going to take a week off, but let's be real. Champions don't sleep. They don't take off seasons. They get back on the horse and they start riding towards those other goals. But Emily and I, if you guys haven't checked her out, go check her out on her Instagram page. I'll put it in the bio below. If you've made it to the 9-minute mark, fabulous. Thank you guys so much. But a couple of things is going into off season, and I'll do an off season video later. I just want to give you guys a recap. So 2019 season wrap, fantastic job. Lost about 45 pounds and felt great during the process. Got to meet a lot of great people. So two first place finishes in a natural versus non-natural show, and honestly, I think I like non-drug tested shows better. It brings a little bit more of a competitive edge for me. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to do natural shows. But being a natural athlete, I just have that flexibility, and so we'll see what happens, guys. So 2021, that's what we're looking at. We got a lot of growth to do. So now I'm shredded. I feel good. But I'm ready to be fat. I'm ready to gain fat. I'm ready to push heavy weight. I'm ready to squat. I'm ready to bench. I'm ready to deadlift. I'm ready to eat and feel good. So thank you guys so much for all the support in 2019. Really looking forward to watching everyone's journey. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, birthdays, anniversaries, shoot them to me. I'd like to give you guys a shout out anytime, anywhere. So thank you guys so much. See you soon.